Hi, this is Robert from GHTR, and I am here for a reason, and that is to do a series of videos in the way of helping musicians get a start. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is mostly because over the years I have seen the music industry kind of go in different directions than what we're used to going, okay? And so, with that being said, I want to give something back to the musicians. And this first video is kind of like a little introduction. And so, my goal is to do a series of these videos to show a musician how to properly self promote themselves, where they can become their own label, they can become independent, and they can get out there and they can make money from their music. The old way of making music in the olden days, okay, is a lot of musicians would go out, they'd play clubs, and they'd hope to get discovered. In this day and age, that does not exist anymore. If you want to make it to the top, there's ways of doing it. Yes, you can get discovered, but it's not going to be the way you think it is. Okay, what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up being discovered either through your hard work, your promotional stuff that you put out, or what's going to end up happening is you're going to find there's going to be someone that's going to come to you and say, "Hey, we saw you on YouTube, or we saw you on Facebook, or on Twitter, and we'd like to entertain the thought." Okay, fine and dandy. A lot of musicians nowadays, they struggle, and there's a rule out there. If you want to sell albums, if you want to sell records, how do you do that? Okay, do you cut an album, go out there, and try to promote yourself by selling a lot of albums? That's one way of doing it. Uh, my best advice to any musician that's just starting out is to have the proper tools available to you. Okay? And what I mean by that is having the proper tools available to you, meaning a good computer, a good camera, uh, and having all your networks, social networks, set up properly, and so that you can get the most out of your promotion, how you're promoting yourself. And what I mean by that is it's like this, okay? Um, I've seen in the past couple years, a lot of people put a lot of work into Facebook. Which in another, I'm gonna cover that when we get to the Facebook segment, so you guys understand how Facebook works and Twitter works and Instagram and Periscope and YouTube. But we need to start from ground level. So with this series of videos, what I'm going to do is we're going to start today is I'm going to tell you what you need in order to start this journey to create more fans. We live in a very visual world now. Okay, it's not about what they hear, it's about what they see. And I can tell you that I don't care what anybody else is telling you. Listen to what I need. Listen to what I'm telling you, okay? More people are becoming more visual than the hearing, because they can hear you all the time. But a mass majority of people, the generations as they move up, are moving away from less traditional ways. For instance, how many people can safely say right now that they'll go to a store, okay, and buy a CD, all right, of their favorite band? That has gone down a lot because we have what's called as digital downloads now, where you can download it, you can put it on your phone. You got all these different music platforms out there, like Pandora, iTunes, just to name a few. Okay, but then again, You have to look at you have to understand, in order to make sales, everybody thinks that they got to sell albums. Everybody thinks that you got to go out there and you got to sell a CD or digital downloads. And that's good. That's the way to think about it. And in my experience over the years, I have seen a decline in this, and it's really really sad, because there's a lot of great artists out there who can make their mark. But I think you need to take a different road. I think you need to take the detour. Everybody says, I got to go to Nashville. In order for me to be big, I got to go to Nashville. I'm just naming Nashville because there's other places, New York, LA. I got to get there. I got to get there. I'm going to make it big. I got to make it big. Well, here's the problem with that. You know how many people do that every year? And if you got great talent, there's a way of doing it, but it's going to take a lot of hard work from you to get the fans. And so today, what I want to do is I want to start with a thought in my mind. Okay, my thought in my mind is this. I want to do a series of videos that I can explain to you step by step. Now, I'm not going to be talking all the time. Sometimes you're going to see screen. I'm going to use screen animation, screen movies to show you this is how we're going to do it. Okay? And you might think, well, okay, this is a great way to start. You know, show me how to do it. Best way for me to do it is to show you. Instead of trying to tell you, I will show you how to do it. So today, what do people want? What they want is, you got fans, okay? It takes one video. It can take one video to make you go viral. I actually know a young man who just did this last year. Took one video, the simplest video you ever saw in your life, him behind a piano, boom, he's viral. And with, you know, a little bit of help here and there, he just grew, and he did really well, and he's out there living his dream right now. Now, the thing about that is the way that he put the video out pretty much kind of killed a lot of different things for him as time went on. And so I'm going to set up a plan, okay? And it's my plan to help you to become a self-promoted independent artist, where you can go out there, you can earn money. You can earn money from advertising, from your website. You can earn money through Twitter. You can get people to buy your albums, and the step-by-step process. In order for that to work properly, there is a method, there is a formula to this. So I'm just starting out this series. This is what I'm going to do. So today, okay, this is one. This is day one, okay? Today I want you to think about what you already have. If you have a Facebook, you have a Twitter page, you have, let's say, a YouTube page, okay? What I want you to do for right now is, I want you to, if you're still engaging on Facebook and you're still engaging on Twitter, please continue to do that, okay? Until a later date, when I show you how to get more fans coming your way. If you do it right, you can make money, okay? And that's really how I'm going to do this, is I'm going to show you a step-by-step plan how to do it. And I guarantee, if you do it this way and you put the work into it, and don't expect other people to do it for you. That's one of the biggest things that artists, musicians are riddled with these days. They figure they're too busy, or they're already too good enough to put the work in. And I got news for you, okay? You want to make it. You want to do this. You're going to have to work a lot of time by yourself. And you're going to have to self-promote yourself. And I mean that, guys. Okay? Just because you got like 2,000-3,000 followers on your Facebook page doesn't mean you're a superstar yet. Okay? Uh, here's my ultimate. Okay, you reach a quarter of a million people who are interacting with you. Okay, you're starting to get up there. Okay, you reach a million, you're already there. All right, the goal is to reach a million. That's your goal, and it's not hard. You can do it. But if you give up on your fans somewhere down the road, if you give up on doing it and don't keep the frenzy going, you're gonna lose people. Okay, so let's just get this started. All right, so here it is. One of the first things you're gonna need, okay, is if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you don't have a Twitter account, sign up for one. Okay, make sure to keep your titles consistent. Keep them the same. Okay, there's a big reason for that. Okay, the big reason for that is if you keep it consistent. All right, everybody when they go to look for something, they don't have to look under different names. Okay, so if you set up a Twitter account, just remember it could be Jane Doe's Music or Jane Doe Music or Jane Doe Original or whatever you do. But remember, if your domain name, if you do have a website or you don't have a website, just remember you have to keep everything consistent. It has to be the same. All right. Now you might say to yourself, well, I have a common name and there's like a million of them. Then it's up to you to be creative. But here's what you don't do. It's like I've seen some people use like abbreviations, certain abbreviations to their name, and it doesn't always work. Okay, and multiple pages don't work. Multiple Twitters don't work. Multiple Instagrams, because then what you are is you're continually confusing people. You need to have a page for each individual one. Okay, first off, let's say you have a Twitter account. Okay, a Facebook account. This is not your private page. Facebook is your fan page. That's the only fan page you need. Okay, if you want to create a group, a fan club group, I would suggest that too in Facebook. So that gives you two pages on Facebook, one page on Twitter, one page on Instagram, one page on YouTube. Now, eventually, YouTube you'll have two, but we'll talk about that in a totally different session. Okay. So anyway, we are going to do something different, though. We are going to start with the basics. So here's what you need. First thing you're going to need is you're going to need a camera. All right. You can go with many different varieties of camera. If you want to use your cell phone, okay. I mean, if you feel like that's the only thing in the world you got, there's nothing wrong with it. Our phones are much better than they used to be, but I suggest you get yourself a very good, either a Nikon or a Canon that does video, and look it up on and do your research, and you can find them inexpensive. You don't have to go out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars. Or get yourself a high definition webcam, which there are some out there, but you have to pay attention to what you're getting too, because you have to have one either with a good mic or whatever the case may be. You're gonna want to have the camera. You're gonna want to have a good laptop computer, a desktop computer. It can be a Mac. It can be a PC. A lot of people will tell you that, oh, you gotta have a Mac because that's the industry standard. It is actually the industry standard to have a Mac, but they're so expensive. Not everybody can afford that much money to put down on a laptop or a desktop for a Mac. Okay, PCs can handle the same kind of stuff. It can do just as good. So don't worry yourself. If you can't afford a Mac, you can't afford it. Plain simple. The two most expensive things that you're going to need is a computer and your camera. Okay, you can even go with a GoPro, and then there's also called JC Cam. which I will put up here on here and show you these links to these cameras. Uh, just remember, and you also have to be a little bit creative. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of musicians, they don't, it's lighting is everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like my lighting in here isn't really that perfect. Really, I don't care. But you don't want to be a dark silhouette either. Because if you're a dark silhouette, everybody thinks you're hiding something. And believe it or not, I don't care who you are. If you don't try to be yourself, people are not going to want to be a part of your life, okay? It's so important. But we'll get into that in another session, okay? So you have to have a good camera, good computer, and one thing you need to do is you need to be consistent, okay? You need to find time. And if I ever heard any musician tell me they don't have time, you're all a bunch. Don't tell me you don't have time. You have time. You have to make time to do this. Girls, if you're doing video, okay, and you want to sit in front of the camera, all right, a lot of you girls are going to be a little bit self-conscious about how you look on the film, okay? I can tell you for certain, if you are going out in public the way that you are now, I mean, the way that you look, okay, and you get on there and you say, oh, look at my eye was doing this, or I have a pimple, or what, oh my God, forget about it. Don't worry about it, okay? The small little things ain't gonna matter. And you don't have to like completely go way out of your way to make yourself look like really good, all that other stuff. Guys, there's the guys that are the same way. They think they gotta be perfect. They think that everything's gotta be so perfect. But here it is. The more original you are, the better off you're gonna be. Okay, and I say that with sincerity. Okay, you need to be yourself. Okay, we're really not to that point right now of the filming part of it, but I can tell you this: the tools that you need are the tools that you need to get right now. Okay, so these tools are a good camera. Uh, you know, a good investment in a good camera is always a good thing, because then you can have other people take photos of you, and girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever, friends, your friends, whatever. But you're going to need a tripod, and you're going to need some kind of lighting. You know, it doesn't have to be overly expensive. You don't have to spend millions of dollars. I'm telling you guys, keep it simple. Even with the GoPro, I mean, whatever. Over time, the more that you do it, the more you'll become a lot better, and you can adjust lighting, you can do all that. Everybody doesn't expect you to be a full production at first, and these are personal videos. These are videos like if you want to sit in front and play a cover tune, you know, to your audience, is great. Production videos are different. Okay, those are the professional videos and stuff. These are home videos. These are the ones that you're going to do here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing all we need to do is we need to start up with YouTube. In my next movie, I am going to show you how to set up your YouTube channel immediately so you can make money. There's ways of making money, and you can do it. You just got to know how to do it. And I think you guys would be really cool with that, because you know it's like there's one guy I know. He he had a viral video, okay, and if he would have been set up properly, he could have made a lot of money just from that one video. I mean, just in advertising alone. And it was pretty heartbreaking when I asked him. I said, so did you have everything set up properly? He goes, no, I set that up afterwards, and you can't get paid for the past. You can only get paid for the future. So I'm going to show you how to do that so you guys can make money. And it's going to be very slow, great video of screen. Basically, I'm going to walk you through it step by step. And that's all it's going to be, guys. And I think it'll work. Now, this is all leading up to something very big, because we have a new news program that in my next session I'm going to actually explain to you what it is. You need to start with YouTube. You need to concentrate on YouTube, guys. That's the big thing. This is the big thing right now. The better the videos, okay, it's good. Friend of mine, Tony Wilp, says a video a day keeps poverty away, which is okay. Yeah, you can do a video a day. If you want to do a video a day, be my guest, do a video. But the more you put out there, the more you're yourself, the more you talk to your fans, the more fans you're going to accumulate, because people like real people. So anyway, that's the end of this first session, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'll get a little bit better, I promise. But the next one, like I said, is going to be to set up YouTube for your musicians page, how to do it properly, and I think you'll be good. All right. So see you around and welcome. Remember, go to www.ghtalkradio.com. Listen to our shows. We have a lot of up and coming new artists. If you want to be on our show, get a hold of Brenda at our website, and believe me, she'll set you up immediately. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.